All right, the Detroit Lions lose to the Cincinnati Bengals 34-11. Let's talk about it. That subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Check out Detroit Lions post-game reaction, Detroit Lions talk playlist. I mean, we can talk about a lot of things in this video, but let's just talk about the game as it is and start with team stats. I mean, the Lions had a turnover. They should have had two turnovers on that fumble that I think it was Jalen Reeves maybe popped out and they couldn't get on top of it. But both teams had a turnover, one apiece. Rory got a pick, and I believe did Mr. Goff throw a pick? Yes, he did. All right, I watched the whole game. I know a lot of people disappointed and didn't watch. But I watched the whole game for the most part. I flicked back and forth to a couple games, but only when it was in timeout. And, you look at it, they had on third down efficiency, they were 8 for 15, which is over 50%. We were less than 50%, 5 for 14. And honestly, when we look at overall, the biggest stat of this game is not turnovers, it's not rushing yards. It is a simple fact that this guy threw for 28 pass attempts and 202 yards. He only was sacked once, and like I said, Sewell talked about how bad he was, and people didn't want to believe me. People didn't want to believe me how bad he was. All right, Sewell was Sewell just been bad. You gotta, and he wasn't that good in the 49er game. I don't care what nobody say. He wasn't that good in the 49er game. And Jared Goff just had above a seven yards passing, but we say Sewell for later, all right? But that wasn't good enough. DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams was injured. He got 4 carries today, 11 yards. He was injured. He played, though, but ain't no excuse. DeAndre Swift, y'all say he was the better running back. Right? Y'all say he was the better running back, too. He didn't even average 2 yards a carry. And I understand why he got the line of the touches today is because Jamal Williams was injured. And TJ Hawkinson got a lot today. Didn't much come out of it. I mean, the one pick on Jared Goff wasn't his fault. That's why I didn't remember. It wasn't his Goff. Jared Goff went to the seams and hit. Was it Saint Amon-Ra Brown? Whatever his damn name. That's the name, not hard name to say. Amon-Ra St. Brown, whatever his name, his real whole name. And he hit him or whoever was in the seams, and the DB took the ball away from him. All right. And that's where his pick came from. I didn't really remember it. A lot of people thought it was simultaneous and that it should have been a first down, but hey, that is what it is. That's why Jared Goff don't throw it past 7-8 yards. All right. Y'all got y'all answer right there. So I mean, that was it. We already knew. I told y'all when they got Jared Goff, the number one objective should have been getting them help. But Joe Burrows was fantastic today, other than the pick from Arari, 19 for 29, 271, 3 touchdowns. He threw a pick as usual, got 2 sacks. We had more sacks than the Bengals, and Joe Mixon helped him out a lot. 18 carries, 94 yards. He caught a touchdown, 5 catches, 59. Most of that came on that touchdown to the flats on 4th and 1. Also, Chris Evans from the University of Michigan. He scored a touchdown early on today. I think it was on the catch. So, I mean, you look on fantasy, Detroit are among the top leaders from denying receivers fantasy points. You see today, Mixon, he had 1 big catch, no touchdowns. Higgins didn't get a touchdown. And then I think old boy had a Tyler Boyd, he had a drop. He had 1 catch. So Detroit is doing a thing on receivers. They're stopping receivers just to the point where, everybody else is eating. The backs out the backfield and they come on not having linebackers. You got to ask yourself the question, like, why would they go to a 3-4 and they don't have linebackers? Charles Harris, Austin Bryant, Trey Flower, they are all hand in the dirt defensive ends, and that's been hurting them. And their defense played well today. Obviously, I think our defense played well. The turning point was halftime. Detroit didn't come out and put no points up, and their defense just got tired. Detroit defense just got tired, and Cincinnati was able to play with front run in the second half, and their defense just they play off the energy of the offense, and we just didn't put no points up. And obviously, I told you guys the number one objective when they got Jared Goff was to surround him with talent. Forget the defense. You had to make sure you had a problem child from LA to surround him with the proper defense. And they didn't do that. They gave him Sewell. I mean, after you pay Hightower that money, and Sewell has been crap. This is what happened when you don't play for a year. Now that draft pick is starting to get questioned right now, but obviously he's a right tackle. I told y'all arm length is important. Don't listen to nobody else. It's important. And right now he's struggling in rookie pain. The only thing you can hope is that it doesn't permanently damage him mentally where he can never recover. Now you to the top 10 pick. Lions just have issues with top 10 picks. They take tight ends and all these other things, but I'm not taking the right tackle or guard. They better be Quentin Nelson. And they better be a dominant right tackle. And I think he will be a dominant right tackle. I think he's the exception to the rules. But like I said before, they should play to his strengths, especially when you get back to the right side. And that's pulling them, that's lead blocking, that's getting them out in space on screens and letting them use athleticism. But right now, Jared Goff is hampering not only the offensive players, he's also hampering the offensive linemen. And he has some pressure today from Sewell's side. He's just struggling. It's a reason why they want you to have long arms at left tackle, and you guys seeing the reason. These defensive ends and these linebackers, whoever these rushers you're going against off the edge are long. And once they get their hands on your hands or get your hands on your body, it's a wrap. You're not going to be able to beat them. It's a Will arms just not long enough. And neither Taylor Deckers. But I mean, it wasn't much to say. In the first half, the Detroit defense, they fought. They gave up, I think, a touchdown on the first drive. And then after that, for the rest of the half, they held them to 3 points. In the second half, just an explosion. The defense got tired and the offense just couldn't put nothing together. And, people just look at the defense and say it was the problem even under Matthew Stafford. You know what I'm saying? They would do the same thing. They would run on the back end and act like they was going to come back and win. Sometimes they did. Most of the time they didn't. And, the defense just still ain't had no assistance. That's the problem. The defense, defense getting stopped and giving them the ball back. It's been like that for a while. And Jared Goff is, whoever bright idea, which we know Brad Holmes' bright idea to get him, he need to be fired. He legitimately need to be fired. That was a terrible pick, a terrible trade. You didn't do his best for the franchise. How you going to do his best for a guy who didn't want to be here, Matthew Stafford, who didn't control nothing? That could have been an organizational decision. But honestly, if you bring back Jared Goff, people say, oh, CJ, Jared Goff, he's not that bad. He's not that bad. Give him a chance. And, like I said before, most people are just optimists. When there's no optimism to be there. That's a word. That's what most people are. They're optimists. Ain't nothing to be optimistic about. But, people say, well, if you had Stanford, we could have had Stafford. And my thing is this. Stafford, he would have won some games, but Stafford, he had 12 years to do it. They didn't give Stafford, they didn't give him help. That's just what it boiled. He didn't get enough help to his abilities. But we knew about this in camp that they was going to struggle with the deep ball. We knew this was coming. When we see in camp, he just wasn't good enough. Just wasn't good enough, and I mean, and I mean, it's just to me, it's just. I mean, we just knew what it was. And is he hurting Anthony Lynn's ability to get other jobs? Yeah, absolutely. If they was winning, USC probably would have hired Anthony Lynn ASAP, but the Bengals was too much. It's a game that you probably marked on calendar that we can win. They was ranked higher than us. When their record was worse than ours last year. They were higher in the draft. And even their backup got in and got a couple snaps in. B. Allen. And we thought that that this can be a winnable game, and on the schedule, they don't look any winnable games be that bad. We're the last team in the National Football League that's winless this season. The Jaguars won in London today. I think it was versus the Miami Dolphins with Tua's return. So it's just to the point where, like I said with DeAndre Swift, he ain't good enough. People saying, "Oh, don't trade Swift. He's our only talent." Well, today was a feature back, and he didn't average 2 yards a carry. You keep looking. Where was his catches at today? He had 5 catches for 3 yards. But he's not a primary running back. He's a scat back. And I think Jamal Williams deserved more credit than he getting. Now you see that he injured, he not taking the carries. Now look at the score. Plus 20. Look at the score, plus 20. And like I said before, man, Jamal Williams is the best player offensively that's left, other than TJ Hawkinson. You know, everybody wanted, oh, Swift is good. Where was Swift at today without the sledgehammer playing consistently? And Jamal Williams, nowhere. Nowhere. You know, people, you can't win without Swift. You're not winning with Swift. You're not winning with him. And he need to go back to his natural role as a scat back and a slot receiver. Third down back, whatever you want to call him. But Jared Goff is atrocious, and there's nothing more to say about it. He's atrocious, and I mean, the defense has been holding up the end of the bargain. Say what you want to say. The defense is getting tired and wore down from Detroit offense not giving a break and putting up points. Putting up points is contagious, you know. But I mean, we just gotta wait and see. I think next week they play the Cincinnati. They play the LA Rams next year. Next week is gonna probably be a problem. Yeah, they play the Rams next week. Then they play Halloween Eagles. You know, after the bye, they come back and play. I don't see a win. And I said secretly, man, the One Pride Nation, I said, man, we probably gonna be 0-17. And people saying, well, it's a rebuild, and we have to get it together. When I say rebuild, people taking a little. We never been built. A rebuild, I just mean it's just, you know what I mean, just young, trying to start from scratch. You know what I'm saying? And this is just setting us back even further. Even if you start from scratch, you shouldn't be 0-17. And if they go 0-17, they need to be fired. I don't care who you don't want to pay. And people need to stop going down to the stadium, finna stay up looking what's that. Stop coming. We know they not winning. They not probably gonna win the game. Stop coming. Stop coming. All these people that's not from Detroit, we don't want you to go to Green Bay games. Go down to Cincinnati, Cleveland. Go to Indianapolis. Go to Chicago. Stop coming. Stop coming. They looking stupid in the stands. Stop spending your money here. There's other things to do. The Pistons star, you come down Detroit, take that money, give your wife, your girlfriend, your kids a nice dinner. Stop coming to the Detroit Lions game, you idiots. Unless the tickets was given to you, stop coming. Y'all do this every year. Y'all look stupid. And then when they lost every game, y'all stop coming. Then the next year, y'all start back. Don't come. Stop coming right now. Stop coming right now. Please. Please stop coming right now. You saying, well, after this game, what can they do to fix it? I honestly don't know. Aaron Glenn has made adjustments. The special teams has been okay. When Khalif Raymond was listed as when they started receivers, we knew what it was. I told you they got Tyrell Williams, old beat up Chevy. If Tyrell Williams had no other offer but to come to Detroit for that little money, we knew he wasn't gonna be good or couldn't sustain. He didn't do anything to sustain here, but y'all know what I mean. So after the day, man, I think the defense is playing as well as they can, and offensively, one thing that happened, they figured the Lions offense out. They figured the Lions offense out, and now they made the adjustments to the running backs out the backfield. Now what else do they have? And that's nothing. That's nothing. And Jared Goff didn't purposely turn the ball over to lose the game when he crossed over to 50 today or get to the red zone. It didn't happen. And I think one of those is credit. A lot of that is credit to Cincinnati, but I think Jamal Williams not being 100% hurt this offense too. And y'all got a chance to see DeAndre Swift ain't the best player in this offense. Y'all got to see what I've been seeing for weeks with Penei Sewell. He ain't that good right now. And I seen that from day one on. I don't believe that pro football focus crap. He was getting whooped by Joey Bosa. He was just, I don't know. I guess they was bailing him out. Wasn't no sacks. He was getting whooped. His arm's too short. Taylor Decker arm too short to be playing left tackle. Let's be real. But like I said before, I don't see any wins. In the near future. The Eagles, they at home. That might be one. The way Cleveland got some injuries. Like I said before, man, it's just, like I said before, people say, well, Dan Campbell, he sucked. I don't want to see him crying. They need to leave right now. If they ain't gonna win no game, they need to leave. I don't care what nobody say, leave. Because your number one objective this past season, this offseason, was to get a quarterback in here. Y'all didn't do it. So I traded for Jared Goff. So, I mean, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. It's the best ways to donate to the channel. Want to financially donate to the channel? Cash App is sweet CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link in description. Appreciate that. Best way to donate. Like I said, thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. If you want to advertise on the channel, video request, chop it up. All my social media links there. We should have a Piston preview live stream coming up pretty soon. So Monday or Tuesday. Other than that, want to make sure to do that. Hit the bell icon, hit all notifications. Check Detroit Lions Talk playlist and Detroit Lions post game reaction playlist. One time for the one time. Peace.